Good morning, students. So, in the last class, we discussed about the Kirchhoff laws and how to apply that Kirchhoff laws. We already solved one example based on this. And so now let us see one more example to get the more clarity about that Kirchhoff laws. Because as I said, these Kirchhoff laws are more important for this current electricity topic, right? And so now here let us take this circuit here. And this in this circuit, these are the cells given 6 to 10 volts, and this is 8 volts, and they are connected like this, positive and negative terminals. And this is the resistance R1 5 ohms, and this is R2 4 ohms, and R3 10 ohms are connected here, right? So whenever such a circuit is given, in order to apply the Kirchhoff first law, the basic thing we need to consider is, that means the starting is, we need to consider the distribution of the currents. We need to assume the distribution of the current, right? And so as I said in the previous class, the current distribution is your choice. You can take in any direction, and you can just the only condition is the first law of Kirchhoff should be valid at any junction. And so like that, basing on this, I am assuming like this is I1 current is coming from this and I2 current is coming from this. So at this junction, this they are joining, and so I am taking this current as I, right? And so then this I current is flowing like this. And now this I at this junction again it divides, and I2 will flow like this and I1 will flow like this. And as I said, whatever the variable you are taking from the positive terminal of the battery, same variable of current should enter into this negative terminal of the battery. And so here I am taking this I2 is coming out of this cell, and so same I2 should enter into here, right? And here I1 is coming out of this 8 volt cell, then same I1 should enter into the negative terminal, right? And so now here you can observe that we are assuming this in this I1, I2, I directions. Some of the directions may be wrong. We don't know that. After calculations, finally we will get about the clarity about the direction of the currents there, right? And so first we are applying the Kirchhoff law at the junction B. At the junction B, we are applying the Kirchhoff junction law or Kirchhoff current law. So I is equal to I1 plus I2. And by the KVL, that means Kirchhoff voltage law for the loop A, C, D, F, F, A. That means this outer loop I am considering here, right? And so then you will get starting from A. This we are traveling opposite the direction. So here the sign convention again I am explaining. So when you are taking, that means when you are traveling in the direction of current, in case of resistance, we consider the potential drop as minus. That means minus IR we will write. If you are traveling opposite the direction of current, then we will write plus IR. And in case of cell, when you are traveling from negative terminal to positive terminal, then we consider the EMF of the cell as positive. And when you are traveling from positive terminal to negative terminal, then we consider the EMF of the cell as negative. That means minus C. So that is in case of this sign convention, in case of this Kirchhoff law. If you are applying for this cell A, C, D, F, A, that means for this outer loop, if I write, then this I1, we are traveling from A, so then we are traveling opposite the direction of the current. Opposite the direction of current means plus IR we need to consider. And then this is plus, next here this resistance is there. So again for this also we are traveling opposite the direction of the current. Opposite direction of current means then it is plus 10 I. Next here we are traveling from negative positive terminal to negative. Positive terminal to negative means then EMF is minus. And next for this loop here we are traveling from negative terminal to positive terminal here. Negative terminal to positive terminal means that it will be plus, right? So that is for this loop. Now we can simplify here. This I means I am substituting this from the first equation. You can substitute this I value as I1 plus I2. Then you can get this value as 15 I1 plus 5 I2 you can write. That is equal to 2. So let it be equation 2. And next we need to take the another variable, another loop here, because as I said in the previous class, here 3 variables are there. Those 3 variables means I1, I2 and I. So we need 3 equations. So out of them, the one of the equation we will get by applying Kirchhoff junction rule or Kirchhoff current law. This is the one of the equation there. So that means 2 more equations we need. So that means for this is another equation we are getting. Then for the next equation we need to assume the other loop. When you are taking the another loop, then you may take either this loop or you may consider this loop. That is your choice. So that means now I am taking for this loop here. So when you are taking for this loop, again we are applying in this direction here. that Kirchhoff law we are applying in this direction. So when you are applying Kirchhoff law in the direction from B to C, so here we are traveling opposite the direction of the current. So opposite the direction of the current means then you will get plus 10i, and here again we are traveling from positive terminal to negative terminal, then it is minus 8. And next here there is no element here. Next we are traveling in the direction of the current, so minus 4i you will get 4i2, and then here we are traveling from positive negative terminal to positive terminal, so plus 10. So again by simplifying this you will get this equation, and here I am dividing with the 2, then this is our third equation here. Now we need to solve these two equations. I1, I2 are variables now, so to find that I1, I2 we need to solve that equations. So that means simply what I am doing is by multiplying this equation with the 3, I am adding to this equation here. So then equation, this first, second equation is 15i2 plus 5i2 is equal to 2, and then this equation we are multiplying with the 3. So then here first row I am writing here minus 15i1 and then plus 6i2, and that is equal to 3. And just by simplifying this, I2 value will get 5 by 11 amperes. We are getting, that means I2 value we are getting the positive value. That means positive value means for I2 what the direction we are assuming is correct. So actually current is flowing in the direction only. Next by substituting this I2 value either in this equation or in this equation, you can calculate I1 value. So I am substituting in this equation here. So from this equation I can write this 5i1 is equal to 2i2, then 2i2 minus 1, and so by simplifying this I1 is equal to, then we are getting this as minus 1 by 55 amperes. So then here we are getting the current as negative. Current as negative means the actual current is flowing in opposite direction here. That means actually we are assuming current is flowing from C to B. So actually the current is flowing in this direction here. So this is a final conclusion for us. Current is flowing from B to C, not from C to B. So that is indication of that negative sign as we discussed already. And just by substituting these two values here, I1 and I2 values in our equation, you can calculate the I value. And here I value again we are getting the positive value. And so that positive value means then I value is correct. That means direction of I value is correct only. So that is just application of the Kirchhoff law here. Just if you remember the sign convention, then you can apply this Kirchhoff laws easily. The first law is, first we need to take the distribution such that first law is valid at any junction, right? You may verify at any junction here, either at this junction or at this junction, but first law is to be valid. And the next thing is, we apply the Kirchhoff law by taking the loops here. For how many loops we need to apply means that depends on how many variables are there in the problem, right? So then by applying those Kirchhoff law for the required number of loops, just you need to solve those equations there. And this is the final conclusions here. If you are getting positive sign, then our assumed direction of current is correct. If you are getting negative sign like this, just we need to reverse the direction of the current, right? So that is a just application of the Kirchhoff law. So next let us see the combination of the cells here. So there are some more applications are there based on this Kirchhoff law. Like we will discuss those applications later, right? After completion of this grouping of the cells. So grouping of cells or the combination of cells. So in these different combinations will be there. Then first I am discussing about this series combination. Series combination of cells, right? So in that again there are two cases will be there, like cells of different EMFs are connected in series and cells of identical cells are connected in series. So first let us discuss about the different cells, then you can write the identical cells easily, right? So first we are discussing like in that first I am discussing about in that case 1. So I am discussing about when cells of different EMFs are in series, right? So that is our case what we are taking here. when cells of different EMFs are connected in series. And so now series combination means I can connect this as like suppose say this is one cell, this is another cell, and so on place this another resistance is connected here, external resistance. Now these are the cells of different EMFs here. So I am taking this as E1 and internal resistance R1. This is E2 and internal resistance R2, like E3 and internal resistance R3 and so on. So like N cells we are taking here, then this is Rn. So when the cells are connected like this, when the cells are connected like negative terminal of first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the next cell, and a negative terminal of the second cell is connected to the positive terminal of the next cell, and so on. So if the cells are connected like this, the negative of one cell is connected to the next positive of the next cell, then such a combination is nothing but our series combination here. Now such a series combination is connected to this external resistance R. So this is external resistance R. And so now when the cells are connected like this, so suppose I am taking them, I is the current flowing through the cells here. Suppose I am taking this, I is the current flowing through this external resistance here. And so now the net EMF we need to find here. So to find the net EMF, simply now what I am doing is, I am going to apply the Kirchhoff law for this circuit here. And so now the Kirchhoff law for this circuit means, suppose I am applying in this direction. The Kirchhoff law I am applying in anti-clockwise direction here. So when you are applying anti-clockwise direction, then here current is flowing along this direction and we are traveling along this direction here. And so that we can write this as minus IR, and this is when you are reaching this. And for this resistance, internal resistance also we are traveling in the same direction here. And so minus I into Rn and so on, that means minus and so on, that means this R I am taking common, so R1 plus R2 plus and so on plus Rn, right? And so then for all these internal resistance I am writing that. For all of them we are traveling in the direction of current only, so for all of them you will get this same sign, negative sign. So that negative sign I am taking common, and as the cells are connected in series or the resistors are also in series, and so same amount of current is flowing through them. So for each term, that like I R1 minus I R2 minus I R3 we need to write. So I am taking that I common, minus I common there. And next when you are coming about the cells here, so then this is plus I E1 plus, for this also plus E2 we are traveling in this direction, plus E3 and so on. So then plus that I am writing as like E1 plus E2 plus and so on En, right? So then this value will be equal to 0. And so now simply from this we need to find this I value here. So that means now I am finding this I value as, so I is equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus and so on plus En plus En by R plus R1 plus R2 plus and so on plus Rn, or here write R3 term also plus and so on, right? Now this equation is nothing but you can compare this as, suppose if what I am taking is, if these n cells are replaced by a single cell, what we are going to discuss is, we are finding this equivalent resistance in the sense, we are finding the circuit like this, we are converting the circuit like this. This circuit we can convert this as, a cell with a single cell is replacing that n number of these cells here. So that means I am just connecting like this. When a single cell is connected like this, now this is nothing but our E effective, and this is R effective, and this is R. That means now this n number of cells we are replacing with a single cell. That is the meaning of that equivalent resistance or effective, equivalent EMF or effective EMF, such that it produces the same current as that of this given combination. And so now this equation I can compare with this So compare with I is equal to E effective by R plus R effective, right? And therefore, by comparing with that, we can write this as, therefore, effective EMF is equal to effective EMF, that is E effective is equal to, so what we can write is E1 plus E2 plus E3 and so on plus En. So that this is our effective EMF here. That means just we need to add the EMF of the each cell. When you are connecting such a n, that means n number of cells in series, the effective EMF is nothing but the sum of the EMFs of the individual cells, right? And so now this equation we can write this as, now the next effective internal resistance we can write as effective internal resistance. So effective internal resistance R effective we can write this as, so now we can observe this, instead of this R effective, R1 plus R2 plus and so on Rn is there. That generally also we can say that, because all these resistors, internal resistors are in series only. So we can write this as R effective as R1 plus R2 plus and so on, or R3 plus and so on Rn. So whatever the resistors are there, those internal resistors we need to add that. And by connecting this, that means when this combination is connected to this external circuit, external resistance R, then that total effective resistance in the circuit will become capital R plus this small r effective here. So that is nothing but what we are getting here. So that means the total effective resistance in the circuit I can write as, so this is, next I am writing like effective resistance in circuit. So that I can write as, which we can mention this as R effective. So external resistance plus this R effective we can write here, right? So that is simply you need to remember, like when n cells are connected in series, the effective EMF is nothing but the sum of EMFs of individual cells we need to write. That means E plus E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus and so on, right? And then similarly the effective internal resistance will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 we need to write. So whenever you are replacing this n number of cells with an identical cell, that means with an equivalent cell, so you need to remember that we need to replace the cell as well as the internal resistance also. So both the values we need to find here. How much effective EMF is there, at the same time how much internal resistance is there. So both of them we need to replace here. Got it? So that means effective EMF is E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus and so on, and effective internal resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on. So then effective resistance in the circuit means the effective internal resistance plus this external resistance, that is capital R we need to write there. So right. So just here mention a sentence after this. Therefore, when n cells are connected in, when n cells are connected in series, the effective EMF is equals to the sum of EMF of the individual cells. Sum of EMF of the individual cells. And the effective internal resistance will be sum of internal resistance of the each cell. Internal resistance of the each cell. And next let us take what happens if these all the cells are identical cells, right? So that I am taking them as identical cells here. So identical cells in the sense they are having this same EMF and same internal resistance. So the n cells are connected in series. when n identical cells are in series, right? So that means now here we are assuming that n identical cells each of EMFE and internal resistance are connected in series, and that combination is connected in series with the external resistance R. So just mention that consider n identical cells each of EMF E and internal resistance R, each of EMF E and internal resistance R are connected in series, and this combination is connected in series with the external resistance R as shown in figure. In series with the external resistance R as shown in figure. So now draw this circuit, and now let us see the simple calculation of this. So that means the same similar equation we can use here, or directly we can write, right? So I am writing this directly by using this formula here. So that means by using this formula I am writing this directly here. So therefore effective EMF is equal to, first I am writing like effective EMF. So therefore this is E effective is equal to, so we need to write like E plus and so on n times. That means we need to write this n times here. That means here n cells are there. Such n cells are connected, so that n times we need to write here. And therefore I can write this as E effective is equal to n into E. Right? So that is effective EMF in the circuit, because we are adding all identical cells here, EMF of the identical cells. So the effective EMF will be n times that of E we can write. And now similarly effective internal resistance. So this is effective internal resistance. So therefore this R effective is equal to, we need to write like R plus and so on again n times. So we need to add such a n terms there. So therefore this R effective we can write as NR. So that is R effective resistance of this combination here. So this is effective resistance, effective internal resistance. Now the effective resistance in the circuit means just that R effective we need to add to the external resistance there. Therefore I can write this effective resistance in the circuit. So resistance in circuit. Therefore I can write that as R effective is equal to R plus small r effective we need to write. So I'll rub this. So then that R effective is nothing but our NR. So you can substitute that value there. So therefore this finally what we can write is R effective is equal to R plus NR we can write. So that is our effective resistance in that circuit. Internal resistance plus external resistance we need to write here. That is our effective resistance in that circuit. And next from this what we need to write is current in the circuit we need to write here. So let us write the total current in the circuit. So the current in the circuit we can write it as so therefore current in the circuit. So therefore this I is equal to, simply what we can write is E effective by R effective we can write. Therefore this I is equal to, E effective is nothing but n times that of E by R plus NR we can write. So it is effective current in that circuit here. So this is a current flowing to that circuit, right? So simply here we need to remember that different cells. When cells are connected in series, the effective EMF is nothing but the sum of EMFs of the individual cells. So that means E plus E plus E and so on n times you will get. And resistors are already in series. So in series we know that we need to add all those resistors. So R plus R and so on n times you will get. And that resistance will be in series with this external resistance, so that R plus R effective you will get. That means NR you will get. And actually from this we can discuss some cases here. Like if suppose N, that means external resistance is very small when compared to that of internal resistance. So that means write them as a points here. The first point, suppose I am taking this as A. So that first point is nothing but if R is very much less than that of NR. So that means I am taking a case like the external resistance of the circuit is very small when compared to that of internal resistance. That means negligibly small. Then what we can write is I is equal to NE by N into small r we can write by using this expression. That means this R value is very small, so that I am neglecting this R value here, right? So that then NE by NR you will get. And so therefore this I is equal to E by R. So that means now here the point what you should observe here is, even if you connect a single cell, you will get the same amount of this current. If only one cell is connected here, one cell is, that means the terminals of the cell are connected with no resistance. If positive and negative terminals are connected together, then current flowing to that cell will be equal to E by R, right? Even if you connect 100 cells, 100 identical cells are connected in series, then current flowing through the circuit is same E by R you will get. So that is the case. That means now current flowing through that circuit will be independent of the number of cells here. So even you may connect the 100 cells or 10 cells or 1 cell, the same amount of current will flow through the circuit when external resistance is very large when compared to that of internal resistance there. And so that next here, sorry, this is N into small r we need to consider here, this value. So that is the case here. When if external resistance is very small when compared to that of internal resistance, then this is the case here. Then N into this R value is negligible. When R value is negligible, then we can write NE by NR, or which is nothing but E by R. So that indicates that N number of when N number of cells are connected, or if only one cell is connected, the same amount of current is flowing to that circuit, right? That means it is independent of the, then current flowing to the circuit is independent of this number of cells here. So just to mention that points here, when external resistance is very small when compared to the internal resistance, when external resistance is very small when compared to the internal resistance, then current flowing through the cell is independent of external resistance. Sorry, is independent of number of cells. Is independent of the number of cells. So the next case, let us write like if R is very much greater than this of NR. So that means R value, external resistance value is very large value we are taking there. Then again take this current expression here. So from this current expression I can write like I is equal to NE by R. Now this NR term is negligible. N into smaller term is negligible because that value is very small when compared to this of R. Therefore from this what we can write is N times that of E by R we can write. So then from this we can observe this, when you are increasing the number of cells, then automatically current flowing through the cells also, or current flowing to the external resistance also increases. If only 2 cells are there in that circuit, 2E by R you will get. If 100 cells are connected in series, then 100 into E by R. So current will increase if you are increasing the number of cells here. So finally mention that when external resistance is very large when compared to NR, then current flowing through the circuit depends on number of cells connected in series. Depends on number of cells connected in series. Right? So that means in which case a series combination of cells are preferred then. So that means in series combination of cells are preferred clearly in second case. That means in second case when you are increasing the cells, the current is increasing. In the first case, even though if you are increasing the current, if you are increasing the number of cells, there is no increase in this current here. And next here, let us see one more case in case of this series combination. So I am taking that as case 3. Wrongly connected cells. So wrongly connected cells. So in series combination means we already discussed it. Series combination means when the negative terminal of the first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the second cell, and the positive terminal of the second cell is connected to the negative terminal of the positive terminal of this first cell, negative terminal of the first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the second cell, and the negative terminal of the second cell is connected to the positive terminal of the third cell, and so on. So then such a combination is nothing but we call series combination of the cells. So by mistake, while connecting these cells here, by mistake, if you are connecting them one of the cell or some of the cells wrongly like this. So like suppose I am connecting this negative terminal of this cell is connected to the negative terminal of the next cell. So then it is said to be wrongly connected. Our actual connection should be like this. Our actual connection must be like this. The negative terminal of first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the second cell, and the negative terminal of this second cell is connected to the positive terminal of the third cell, so on and so on. So if the actual process is like this, so by mistake, if some of the cells are connected wrongly, so let us see how to write this current in that circuit and how to write net EMF in that circuit there, right? So here so this is circuit what I am considering here, and again let us assume like n identical cells. So all these are identical cells I am assuming here. So out of these identical cells what I am considering here is some of the cells are connected wrongly, right? So some of the cells are connected wrongly here, so that this net EMF and current flowing to the circuit will differ from the correctly connected combination. So in this some of the cells I am drawing here, such a n cells are there here. So now can you identify which cells are connected wrongly? So the wrongly means, correct means negative terminal of one cell is connected to the positive terminal of next cell. If negative terminal of this cell is connected to the negative terminal of another cell, then it is said to be wrongly connected. So that means now here you can observe this. For example, here I am showing these two cells wrongly connected here. So then these cells are wrongly connected cells here, right? So then those cells are wrongly connected. And such a n number of cells I am taking here, wrongly connected. Well, I am showing here two cells. I am assuming like out of these n cells, m cells are connected wrongly. So first mention that sentence there. So is the wrongly connected means is that is it clear when the cells are said to be wrongly connected? So then just mention that, write that assumption. Consider n identical cells, each of EMF E and internal resistance R internal resistance are smaller or connected in series out of n cells, m cells are connected wrongly, m number of cells, m cells are connected wrongly. And this combination is connected to the external resistance or therefore now here I am writing this effective EMF directly, I am writing here, right? So therefore let us say here effective EMF is equal to, so therefore this is E effective is equal to, now EMF of the cells which are correctly connected minus wrongly connected, because EMF of those two cells will be wrongly connected cells will be in opposite direction, right? These cells, suppose say these two cells are connected correctly, they try to send the current in this direction. But these two cells, for example, connected wrongly, they will try to send the current in this direction. That means their effective, their EMF will be acting in opposite directions there. And so their effect will be acting in opposite directions there. Therefore, I can write this as EMF of the cells which are connected correctly minus EMF of the cells which are connected wrongly, right? So then EMF of the cells which are connected correctly means n minus m cells are connected correctly. Got it? Out of this n cells, m cells are connected wrongly. For example, here I am taking this, out of 100 cells, if 10 cells are connected wrongly. So if 10 cells are connected wrongly means, then correctly connected cells are 90. So then 90 cells EMF will be in one direction minus 10 cells will be EMF will be in opposite direction. So we need to subtract them, right? Because their effects will be in opposite directions. So like that, this n minus m cells are connected correctly minus m cells are connected wrongly. So then their EMF will be in opposite direction. So we need to subtract them. Got it? And so therefore this effective EMF is equal to, we can write this as n minus 2m into E. So you need to remember this. So you need to remember how we are writing also. So n minus 2m into E. N is total number of cells and m is wrongly connected cells. So that is a point you need to remember here. N means that is total number of cells and m is a wrongly connected cells. Now what about internal resistance? Can you say what will be the effective internal resistance? Effective internal resistance. Effective internal resistance R effective is equal to. So R effective also can we write like this? Correctly EMF minus wrongly EMF, correctly connected the resistance minus wrongly connected resistance. You know, for resistance there is no polarities, right? If you are taking a resistance like this, anytime that means anywhere we represent either positive or negative terminals for the resistance? No. That means if resistance is like this, either you can connect like this or you can connect like this. You may connect like this or you may reverse the direction like this. There is no effect here. Current is flowing in the same way as whether it is connected like this or whether it is connected like this. And so that whether you are connecting correctly on these cells or when you are connecting wrongly, the resistance, internal resistance will be still series only. For the resistance, the series connection means when same amount of current is flowing through those cells, those resistors, you can call them as series. And so here, whether they are connecting correctly or wrongly, the same amount of current is flowing through that, because only single path is there for this current here. When single path is there, same amount of current is flowing. So when same amount of current is flowing means then all the resistors will be in still series only. That means R plus and so on, n times we need to write here. And therefore this R effective is equal to, we can write this as NR. So effective resistance, in means internal resistance still will remain series only. For resistors there are no polarities. So that means even though cell is reversed, resistor will be still series only. And so similarly let us write this effective internal resistance, effective resistance in the circuit. So effective resistance in the circuit. So this we can write this as R effective is equal to R plus R effective we can write. Therefore this R effective is equal to R plus NR we can write. So this is effective resistance in that circuit. So then you can by substituting these values you can find the current in the external resistance there, right? And therefore this current in the circuit I can write this as so current in circuit is equal to I is equal to, we can write simply it as E effective by R effective, and therefore this is nothing but N minus 2M into E by R plus NR. So that will be the effective resistance in that effective current in that circuit here. So if you are able to write this EMF, then automatically you can write the current or the resistance values will be easy alone. Regarding this EMF only, you need to remember like. So that means the EMF of the correctly connected cells minus EMF of the wrongly connected cells we need to write, right? So that is a series combination of the cells when identical cells are connected in series and different cells are connected in series, and this wrongly connected cells here. So got it? Series combination of cells, right? So then by comparing those two we can write this as effective EMF is equal to, we can write now this as effective EMF is equal to, that is E effective is equal to, for two cells E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, right? So that is nothing but actually our term here in this equation. And so now this we can simplify this as so I can simplify this as take LCM here. So when you are taking this LCM, E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. That means for two cells, when two different cells are in parallel, we can use this combination, we can use this formula here to find this effective resistance, right? And for two cells, the effective internal resistance also we can write this as R effective value, we can write this as effective internal resistance. So effective internal resistance is R effective value, we can write this as R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. That is only when two cells are there, when two cells are connected in parallel combinations here, right? And now if you are extending this formula for n identical cells, so for n identical cells I can write this as for n identical, for n cells, for n different cells let us write here, for n cells the effective EMF is so therefore for this n cells simply what we can write is sigma E by R by sigma 1 by R. You can simply remember this form here, sigma E by R plus sigma 1 by R you can write here for n identical cells, for n cells are in parallel. So that is nothing but actually if n cells are there, actually what we should write is E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus and so on plus En by Rn by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 and so on plus 1 by Rn. So this is actual meaning of this. So that you can simply remember like sigma E by R by sigma 1 by R we can write. So that gives our effective internal resistance, effective EMF. And effective internal resistance means we know this is nothing but our effective internal resistance here. 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 we need to write when L cells are there in parallel. So right, so that is a way of writing this effective EMF here. Generally for most of the cases only for two cells are there. Two cells will be there. When two cells are there, directly you can apply this formula. We need to remember this here. E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. And effective resistance, you know how to write the effective resistance. All the cells are in parallel. So the effective internal resistance means we can write this as so effective internal resistance means we can write this as 1 by R effective is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus and so on plus 1 by Rn we can write. So which is nothing but we can write this as 1 by R effective is equal to sigma 1 by R we can write simply. So that is our effective resistance, effective internal resistance. That means 1 by R effective you will get here, that we can reverse there to find this effective resistance. And the total resistance in the circuit is nothing but effective internal resistance plus effective external resistance we can write. So in this mainly you need to remember this expression for two cells, and if n number of cells are there then we need to remember this expression. And here itself we can mention that if some of the cells are wrongly connected and if identical cells are connected in parallel. So let us see for these identical cells here. So suppose I am writing, let us see how to apply for this n identical cells here. Case 2, when n identical cells are in parallel, right? So directly I am applying this formula, right? So identical cells in the sense you can apply this same expression here, just identical cells are in parallel in the sense, suppose I am drawing the circuit like this. So previously just we mentioned that for two cells here, just we can extend this. N cells are there here and so on, so on. Finally I am representing like so then between these two points we connect some external resistance R here. So that is simply this n identical cells are connected in parallel in the sense. So this is E R and this is E R and this is also EMF and internal resistance or this is external resistance, right? Now simply if you are applying this formula here, just remember we are going to apply this formula now for n identical cells. So I will write the current expression also here. So directly I am writing here E effective is equal to, our formula is sigma E by R by sigma 1 by R. So let us apply this formula now. So that means E by R plus E by R plus and so on plus n times we need to write. Similarly here by 1 by R plus 1 by R plus and so on n times. And so therefore this expression you can write this as n into E by R by n by R, right? We know already when n times we are adding that n times n into E by R we can write, and similarly this is n by R we can write. Therefore here effective EMF is equal to, you will get E. That means what we can conclude is when n identical cells are connected in parallel, the effective EMF will be equal to EMF of a single cell only. Whether you are connecting two cells or three cells or a single cell, you will get the same EMF only. So it is nothing but parallel combination here. So mention that this point here. When n identical cells are connected in parallel, the effective EMF will be equals to EMF of a single cell. Next let us write this R effective, that means internal resistance. So 1 by R effective means we need to write like 1 by R plus 1 by R plus and so on n times. So actually this is nothing but our R effective, 1 by R effective meaning here. So therefore this 1 by R effective is equal to n by R, or I am writing like R effective is equal to R by n. And actually this we know already. When n identical cells are in parallel, n identical resistors are in parallel, the effective resistance will be equal to R by n. We can write directly, or otherwise that is the procedure to write that. Now total resistance in the circuit, let us write. Effective resistance in the circuit. So that we can write this as R effective is equal to external resistance plus this internal resistance we can write. And from this we can write the effective current in the circuit. So current in the circuit I can write this as I is equal to E effective by R effective we can write. So therefore this current we can write this as E by R plus R by N, or which you can also express this as Ne by Nr plus R. So you can also express like that. So this is our effective current here, current flowing through the circuit. And here again we can mention two cases as we mentioned in case of series combination of the cells, when n identical cells are connected in series. So like that we can mention this point as here, here that means we can consider the two cases here. So one case what we are taking is like if R is very much greater than that of R. That means when external resistance is very large when compared to that of internal resistance. Therefore, this current term we can write this as current equation, we can write that as that current I is equal to, I can write this as Ne by N into capital R. This value is negligible here. So when this value is negligible, then I is equal to E by R we can write. Right? So that means then when R is very large here, then automatically this term will be negligible. So when that term is negligible, then Ne by Nr you will get. So then that is nothing but our E by R here. So then that is current flowing through the circuit. So when external resistance is very large when compared to that of internal resistance. And next here, suppose I am taking the case like if R is very small when compared to that of R. That means when external resistance is very small when compared to that of, or you may take this as Nr, or this side R by N I am taking here. So when this condition is satisfied here, then what we can write is the total current equation again we may consider here. When you are taking that equation, I can write this as I is equal to Ne by R. Therefore, this will be n times that of E by R we can write here. That means if you are increasing the number of cells, then automatically current also increases in this condition. Then exactly may observe our series combination here, you will get exactly the reverse results here. So reverse results in the sense when R is very large when compared to that of smaller, then I is equal to E by R you will get. And when R is very much less than this of N by R, then current will increase with increasing the number of cells here. So by increasing the number of cells, we can get the more current when external resistance is very small when compared to that of internal resistance, right? And so in this parallel, wrongly connected cells will also be there in case of these parallel combinations. So then that I will discuss in our next class, right? Thank you. Yes, sir.